Hey, coming at you from the farm today with kind of an interesting cooking one. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen where we decide we're going to smoke up and grill some fish. So I got the offset smoker going, and while that thing's heating up, I went down to the local fish market and picks up some fish in Minnesota that, is obviously not from Minnesota. So I got myself some tuna steaks, a little bit of sword steaks. Got myself a nice big chunk of cod, and you know we're gonna we're gonna do these quick. Now, obviously, for us, tuna is not fresh, so when it comes in, it's not quite as pink as what you might see in certain areas of the country where you see their videos of just this great big pink fleshy steak. But I take my tuna and I put just a little bit of olive oil in a dish and try to get it, all oiled up on the outside. I like to do it this way. It's just kind of been my recipe, and my kids really like it. And works out good for me. I don't marinate my fish with any oils, salts, peppers, or anything longer than about an hour or two. I don't treat it like I do, a turkey where it sits in the brine for 24-hour plus or anything like that. It's more of just using the oil as a way to get a little seasoning on the top, and then I let the fish do the rest of the work. So in this case, I've got them oiled up, and the biggest reason I probably do it is because when I put them on the laying, if I don't oil them and oil the grate real well, they will occasionally stick to it. So just a little bit of salt on them, not much. I'm just lightly tapping it, a little bit of pepper on top, and that's gonna pretty much be it for the tuna steaks. And I'm gonna kind of do these all at the same time. And when you do them all at the same time, the key is to get nice thick tuna steaks so they don't get too done, and then have your cod be a little bit more thinner fillet, so your cod gets done on time when these get done. I find that to work the best. Everybody's got different temperatures that they cook things up to. Most people in my area like to seem to cook it up to over 130. A lot of people push 140, 145. If you do the 165 that the government wants you to do, you're gonna have dead fish. So kind of pick and choose, how you want it done. But again, that's the tuna portion. Now I'm going to reach in here if I can and bring out a nice chunk of cod. And cod, I really don't have to. It never really seems to stick to my laying, even though it's a stick burner. So I can literally just salt and pepper that thing right off the bat. But again, everybody's got their own technique and their own style. I personally I like cod. I don't know why. It's a fish that I just think really picks up smoke flavor quickly. It stays light. It stays fluffy. I think it's got a good texture. And when I get it from the fish market, there's literally no bones in it. So to me, that's quite enjoyable. Next up, what we're gonna try to do is, and again, I'm doing this all about hour and a half before I'm gonna use it. So next up, it's my secret ingredient with the cod. I like to butter it. Now you can butter both sides if you want. You can butter one side. I just find that butter just goes right into the cracks of the cod. That fluffiness. It just gives it a really rich, deep flavor to come out. And again, I butter it like a sandwich bread, and I find it just does great. So I'm going to butter up this fillet of cod. I've got the two tuna steaks, and then I'm going to grab the sword and the halibut. This amount of food is about enough to feed probably 10 people a really nice meal. And what I like about it is when you do it this way, everybody can kind of pick and choose what they want. Instead of somebody just taking a whole tuna steak, they'll take an inch or two of it. They'll take a couple inches of cod. They'll take a couple inches of sword or halibut and try it. And it makes it a much more enjoyable experience. And in this situation, it's a baptismal night here. We're celebrating one of my daughter's baptismal days, and this is going to be kind of a nice thing to do. So a little bit of lemon juice to the top of that butter, and Lily, I'm going to call that good. So next up is a nice chunk of halibut. Halibut's another fleshier white meat. In this case, it was supposed to be cut like a steak, but the more I looked at it, the more I thought they cut it more like a fillet. But it's a thicker piece of meat, not as thick as a chunk of tuna steak or a swordfish, but very very similar. And I'm going to do the same thing with this that I do with the cod. Again, I just it really works well. And then I'm going to get that smoker. I'm going to push that smoker up into the kind of barbecue range, not necessarily the smoke range. There's going to be plenty of smoke. It's going to go into the fish fast. Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to cook fairly quick. We're not going to dink around a ton. On my halibut, I like garlic. I don't know why. It seems to do really well. So that is a garlic, and then a salt and typically a pepper that I chase it with. So the cod, as you saw, was just salt and pepper and butter. The tuna steaks are oil with a little salt and pepper on them. And again, the halibut is both. And then the cod has a little bit of lemon juice on it too. And you can certainly put some lemon juice on the halibut too, being it's a whitefish. Prep time on this, I think I had all these prepped in like 5 or 10 minutes. And again, I've got the stick burner going. It's heating up. I'll let the, if you want to call it spices here and the butter, sit on these fillets and steaks for about an hour, maybe hour and 15. That'll let the smoker get up to a nice barbecue temp. So we'll be pushing into the 300s so I can kind of sear it and get it done nice and quick. The wood I'm choosing to use today is hickory. You can use mesquites. You can use whatever wood you guys want. But that's what I have around. So that's actually what I'm going with. And then next up is going to be the swordfish. The swordfish is a steak again, so I'm going to treat it kind of like the tuna. It's a nice, heavy, kind of light pink, more of a dense steak. But again, to get it to not stick to the laying, and to get it to retain some of the seasoning, the salt and pepper, I'm just gonna oil it down again with olive oil. And then this is pretty much it, folks. This is all the work that I really do to get these going. Okay, I put a little bit of lemon juice on a couple of them. Like we'll put some on the swordfish, just a little bit, and we're off. We're off to the races to get it done. I would say again, prep time probably less than 10 minutes, a little bit over 5. What's interesting to me always about fish is the smoke time that I'm going to use and kind of the grill time all at the same time. They're going to be less than that even. So we're going to head out here. I'm out on the laying. I got all the meat ready. Again, on the right there was the tuna. Then the swordfish down at the bottom, halibut to the left, and then the cod up front. I'm going to spray the laying there with some cooking oil, and then I'm just going to throw these guys up there. I do have a temp probe to quick just check them, and I literally check them after every minute. I know that seems labor intense, but we're only cooking these for a few minutes, literally only for a few minutes. The laying has gotten up to about 325 to 335 degrees, so literally I just quick grab these guys, I get them up in there, and I start cooking. The steaks aren't going to be quite as done. The fillets are going to be a little more done depending upon how long you go. I would say for me, gosh, we're probably only at 4 or 5 minutes. So here we are. We're literally about a minute into it, and I'm going to flip them. So this is the first minute, and I'm turning them over. Already got a nice sear on them. Those fillets are still holding together well. Just wants to come apart a little bit, but good. And then the tuna steaks in the back, just starting to get the color on the one side on them. Looking great. Then I'm literally going to go only about a minute more. I'm going to check them again, just make sure they look okay. And then we'll start temping them up and seeing how they do. So here we're into it. Literally, I'm about maybe 4.5 minutes into this. That's all I'm into it. I can just kind of get them onto the platter and get going into the house. Everybody runs their fish up to different temps. I'm stopping here today about 140 degrees tops. The tuna was just shy of that in the higher 130s. The cod was pushing about 142. So I want to get it in before it gives us any trouble. I'm going to actually split this cod into two pieces. It's that easy to do. It's so light and fluffy with that butter on it. And then we're going into the house and we're going to serve this out. So here it is. I'm just going to cut some of this up in pieces right off the bat so people can just kind of grab. Again, the tuna is going to look a little pink because, again, it's got a little bit more of that, what I call raw center to it. Now I'm on the swordfish. It's nice and even all the way through. The halibut just kind of falls apart. It'll be a little flakier for people, but it'll be very good. Another piece off to the side here I'm going to cut up is another one of the tunas. Again, I like that pink center. Some people like it more rare. That's fine. And the cod will be nice and light and fluffy, folks. It's a wonderful thing to do with the smoker is put some fish on it and get it done fast. Thanks for watching, folks.